A new police chief is being sworn into Denton County.
West Nile virus has been detected in Denton. We'll tell you how to stay safe.
And a local animal shelter has an outbreak of a deadly respiratory infection.
From the Mayborn School of Journalism at the University of North Texas, this is NT Daily News.
There's now a confirmed case of a Denton resident with West Nile, according to the Denton County Health Department. Thanks for joining us. I'm Michael Rockman.
And I'm Samantha Delgado. The city of Denton raised the mosquito risk to level 3. Mosquito traps in the 900 block of Texas Street tested positive for West Nile virus last week. A level 3 threat means the mosquitoes are a public health concern, according to the Denton County Fight the Bite page. More tips on how to prevent West Nile are available on the Denton County Fight the Bite page. Denton Police Department will swear in its new police chief, Frank Dixon, on October 11th. Dixon is currently an assistant chief with the Austin Police Department. He hasn't yet moved to Denton, but is staying informed.
We're in regular communication with him, so we're making sure he's in the loop on the major events that are going on. So when he gets here, he'll have some historical reference. He'll understand immediately what some of the conversations are.
Dixon brings more than 20 years of experience. The search for a new chief starts back in June. After a screening of over 100 applicants, Dixon was one of the 2 finalists.
In Denton County, the legal age to purchase pepper spray is 18 years old. But one UNT student is starting a movement to get that changed. I spoke with Megan Michaels to find out why she feels 16-year-olds should be able to buy pepper spray.
Walmart, a nationwide chain supermarket that sells a variety of items from groceries to medication. It also sells pepper spray, but like all other places, only to those over the age of 18. Michaels, a junior at the University of North Texas, says she wants the age limit dropped to 16. At first, she only spoke out on social media, but after receiving support, Michaels started a petition to change the age limit to buy pepper spray.
I started the petition not really thinking that it was going to be a big deal. I just made a couple posts and like a video, and then it kind of blew up and people were like, oh my gosh, this is such a good idea. So I started the petition and I wrote Texas representatives and I sent them off. I haven't heard back from them, but I'm hoping to accomplish the fact that we get the legal age to purchase pepper spray reduced to 16.
Every time the petition is signed, 8 state representatives get notified by email. Michael says when she was 16, she had to have coworkers buy pepper spray for her.
I feel like it's essential for 16-year-olds to have something to defend themselves that's like non-lethal, because that's when like people start driving, people start getting jobs, people start going places by themselves. Like, it makes sense.
Michael says a change in the law would help not just young women, but the entire community.
Because it's not even just like young girls who are being affected by this. It's like parents, it's siblings, it's like friends, family, like anybody who knows anybody is affected by this. So I feel like to change this would help not only just women, but everybody.
The petition was started on August 30th and is currently at 760 signatures. Her goal is to get 1,000 signatures.
And tonight, Denton Police are encouraging neighborhoods to participate in the annual National Night Out. The event helps raise awareness about community policing to make neighborhoods safer. Residents of Denton are encouraged to take the time to open their doors and spend the evening with their neighbors. And Wednesday morning, Denton Police are inviting you for a cup of coffee. National Coffee with a Cop Day promotes breaking down barriers between police officers and citizens. The event will be held at the Denton Public Safety Training Center Wednesday morning from 7:30 to 10.
Denton County Animal Shelter had to put down 8 dogs. They were infected after a respiratory infection. NT Daily's Sierra Mays reports several more are infected.
City officials decided to close down the shelter on Friday afternoon. It remained closed until Monday afternoon. People can come see the cats, but they can't see the dogs, and remain closed until Monday afternoon.
Yesterday we had 17 that were actively symptomatic. We have probably 50 that have been exposed. So, but they're all on prophylactic antibiotics, and they're responding to treatment.
The facility was cleaned and disinfected over the weekend. The remaining dogs have been treated with antibiotics. A disclaimer has been sent out to those who have recently adopted from the shelter stating that their dog could have been exposed to this disease. However, cats are not expected to be affected and are available for adoption now. The shelter will resume normal operations Wednesday. Sierra Mays, NT Daily News.
The city of Denton have secured a location for a new Denton High School. The school will be located near UNT's Discovery Park, west of North Bonnie Brae Street and south of North Elm Street. It's expected to be open 2 years from now.
Athletic officials have begun working with an architecture company over the past year to help plan UNT's new sports complex. UNT received 2 of its largest donations in school history to help pay for the facilities. The school will add a baseball field and a new arena for the men's and women's basketball team. A track and soccer complex will open at the end of this year. This news couldn't have come at a better time for UNT athletics. The football team is 5-1, and the soccer and basketball teams have both seen success in their conferences.
When we come back, we'll tell you what UNT's Greek life is doing in light of the country's current sexual assault allegations.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
We are neighbors and best friends.
I love my sister.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
Our family is no less than any other family.
UNT's Greek organizations are raising awareness for anti-sexual assault. The students of these organizations have hung various banners on their houses to recognize the importance of consent. One of the banners reads, "Consent is sexy." Another reads, "What happens in Denton still requires consent." With the recent news of Bill Cosby's prison sentence and Judge Kavanaugh's Supreme Court battle, attention is turning to sexual assault awareness.
New accusations regarding Judge Kavanaugh have come to light, including the 1985 bar fight. CNN's John Lorix has a story.
More plot twists in the Brett Kavanaugh soap opera. Among the latest, Kavanaugh was accused of starting a bar fight in 1985 while he was a Yale student. New Haven police say tensions flared after Kavanaugh allegedly threw ice at someone.
When he was asked by the officers whether or not he did it, he would not state yes or no.
The police report doesn't indicate whether anyone was arrested. Even some critics of Kavanaugh say his drinking in the past shouldn't disqualify him from the Supreme Court, but they say his words might.
He has painted himself as a choir boy who never engaged in any of this behavior, and all of the evidence seems to go the other way.
President Trump says Kavanaugh is being attacked unfairly by the Democrats.
They've been trying to destroy him since the very first second he was announced because they know that Judge Kavanaugh will follow the Constitution as written. That's been his history.
Judge Kavanaugh's nomination is out of committee. We're considering it here on the floor, and Mr. President, we'll be voting this week.
One person who will play a major factor in that vote? Republican Senator Jeff Flake, who triggered the latest investigation into Kavanaugh.
Decency shouldn't be that hard, but it apparently is. The politics of vengeance, that's easy. Dehumanization requires very little talent.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders tweeted Monday night the 1985 bar fight as a ridiculous story. The FBI are continuing their investigation of the nominee.
Monday marked the one-year anniversary of the Las Vegas shooting. The city of Las Vegas honored the 58 victims with a remembrance wall at the Las Vegas Community Healing Garden. A moment of silence was also held, and the Las Vegas strip lights were dimmed for those killed 1 year ago at the Jason Aldean concert.
Both parties are keeping an eye on the Texas Senate race. Democratic nominee Beto O'Rourke took the Facebook Live on Sunday night following a flood of attack ads against him. O'Rourke was set to debate Republican incumbent Ted Cruz Sunday. Cruz canceled because he felt he needed to be in D.C. following the Kavanaugh hearing and confirmation battle. The final debate between Cruz and O'Rourke is scheduled for October 16th in San Antonio. Voters Now is your last chance to register for the 2018 midterm elections. You must be 18 and have a valid ID to vote. To register, visit votetexas.gov and click on where to get an application. Select the informal online application link and fill it out with your information. Once you have filled it out, print the page and mail it to your local country's register office. October 9th is the final day to register to vote.
Amazon announced today it is raising its minimum wage to $15 an hour. Effective November 1st, all U.S. workers will receive the increase in pay. The change applies to workers who are full-time, part-time, and temporary. For full-time employees, this could mean a $31,000 salary increase, benefiting more than 250,000 employees. Amazon has several warehouse locations in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Difference here in Denton County. We'll have the story after the break.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.
I don't remember how it started. Our back and forth. It always came back. Dad! You probably don't remember what you told me.
That was perfect.
But I heard every word.
Drug addiction is a deadly problem that many people don't want to talk about. I spoke to one recovering addict about some of the resources here in North Texas that helped him find sobriety.
Solutions of North Texas is an addiction recovery program that follows 12 steps to sobriety. It's also where Mark Lewis turned to recover from his drug addiction. He says he got addicted when he was young.
I had these really bad migraines when I was a kid, and they could never diagnose what the problem was. So when I was about 12, they started giving me painkillers for them. And I found really fast that they didn't actually help the pain, but they helped with all these other problems I was having, like depression and anxiety. They made all that go away.
As he got older, he was exposed to other drugs and overdosed several times. Michelle Boers, Public Relations Coordinator at Solutions, explains why people become addicted to drugs.
Your body chemistry changes as you take drugs and alcohol, and so that's where the mental obsession comes in. That's why people can't stop.
After several attempts at rehab and a failed suicide attempt, Mike was introduced to the 12 Steps program at Solutions. He says it saved his life.
I got a lot of relief out of it. I think I was pretty desperate for help and to change. So my desire to get high and to get drunk was gone pretty fast while working the steps.
Mark is now 7 years sober. He speaks at different rehab centers once a week, telling his story in hopes it will inspire others.
I like to tell people when they're in that, you know, it can get better. Just listen to the people around you. You know, you have plenty of people that are willing to help.
The phone and call someone. If you're not sure if it's mental health or addiction, just call someone and they can help you kind of navigate that. You're not a professional, and we don't expect you to figure that out. But just picking up the phone and calling one or the other and saying, I need help.
For help, you can reach the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration's national helpline at 1-800-662-HELP. It is free, confidential, and it is available 24 hours a day in both Spanish and English.
If you're an avid drive-in movie fan, you'll have to wait to watch those new releases if you live in Denton County. Coyote Drive-In Do I go or no? All right. Coyote Drive-In Theater in Louisville closed for the season until further notice. Customers expressed disappointment on the company's Facebook page. If you still want to see a drive-in movie, you can go to Coyote's second location in Fort Worth.
The Denton Chamber of Commerce President Chuck Carpenter is retiring after 36 years. He took office in 1982. Carpenter has helped the Denton Chamber of Commerce maintain its credentiality with the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, a major lobbying force in D.C. We also helped set up an economic partnership to increase jobs in Denton. His final day in office will be December 31st.
Coming up, you'll never guess what kind of art is coming to Denton.
Start a story. Adopt at theshelterpetproject.org.
Well, Thomas, you've got prediabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have prediabetes. Big time.
A DFW artist is bringing his unique art to Denton this month. NT Daily's Mason Gear reports on his up-and-coming artist who used virtual reality to showcase his artistic abilities.
Living in a duplex home on a corner of North Prairie Avenue in Dallas, Douglas Alford is hard at work in his home studio preparing for an upcoming project. Alford's work is no ordinary art. He makes large-scale paintings in virtual reality. Alford got his start as a student at the University of Texas at Dallas studying architecture. His interest in digital building creation spurred his curiosity in technology, specifically virtual reality. Alford says he put on the VR headset his friends had a few years ago. From there, he started using a VR program to create art.
Immediately, once I put it on, it was mind blown. I didn't want to take it off. So from that point, and I'm one of those idea artists where the moment you give me something like that, my mind is in a million different places.
Alford uses Google Tilt Brush. Artists can go directly into the program by putting on a headset and picking a backdrop, or they can create their own. The program also reacts to sound.
The Tilt Brush has a beat reactive feature, so half of the brushes react to audio. So when you start pumping an audio signal in there, from music or any audio signal, it starts to have a life. The paintings have a life force of their own, right?
Alford was often featured as the only VR artist at different galleries in the DFW area. He wanted to find a way to do it full time, so he started Full Spectrum VR back in April, a pop-up VR art exhibit.
You're coming for an extraordinary experience that any real artist that truly is like wanting something new, it can truly appreciate.
Katie Montgomery is Full Spectrum VR's event coordinator. She says virtual reality goes beyond entertainment and art. It could be used to help people with disabilities.
Someone that has that much trouble being able to like actually sculpt something and create something, be able to go in and do it so easily. The capabilities for just being able to experience something that you can't experience.
Full Spectrum will have its first pop-up VR exhibit in Denton on October 13th. For NT Daily TV, I'm Mason Gear.
The exhibit on the 13th will go from 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. just off the square at Studio E.
Dog Days of Denton kicks off its festivities this Saturday. The event is free and open to the public and welcomes dogs and their owners. Various events will be held, including a pet parade, dog singing, and even dog dancing. Organizers are accepting pet food donations for the Denton Animal Shelter. Dog Days of Denton will take place at the North Texas Fairgrounds at 9 a.m.
There is a new officer walking the halls of Bay Minette Elementary, and he's nothing short of his size. CNN's Marty Smith has the story.
It's a name everyone around these halls knows.
Hey, Officer Braylon.
When Braylon Henson started first grade, he didn't know he'd walk into a whole new role.
All right, partner.
Let's go check the classes.
Okay. And I noticed his classmates were out there playing, and he was in here by himself. So I let him come walk with me to help him out, you know, because he felt left out.
But one foot patrol turned into many.
Miss Michelle getting a ticket?
No.
With his badge on and handcuffs ready, Officer Braylon runs a tight ship.
If y'all don't listen to me, that's what y'all get. Hey, I be back. You know what you did, right?
School resource officer Ronald Saladin even bought the 6-year-old his very own blues after he learned he couldn't play outside.
He felt left out, and I didn't want him to feel left out, and I felt bad for him.
Braylon was diagnosed with ectodermal dysplasia as a baby. He can't play outside if it's above 74 degrees out because he was born without sweat glands and he'll overheat.
Let's check on the office. Because his mom was afraid that he was going to get bullied and picked on when he came to school.
But with his new role and partner by his side,
oh, she don't have her shoes on?
It's safe to say there's a new popular kid in school.
It's definitely a blessing, like it was meant to be.
And although he's handing out tickets, he's also handing out smiles. The biggest grin of them all on Officer Saladin. In Bay Minette, Mary Smith, WKRG News 5.
That's such a cute story of Officer Braylon. That's our time for now. Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you next time for NT Daily News.